So, welcome everyone to Sri Yoga Sunday evening expert session. And our friend Vittal has lots of interesting contacts and very powerful contacts and very interesting with very interesting stories. And today's session is one of them. Raosaheb is going to talk about how he transformed his village from being just a farmers to in the IT company, and so it's going to be a very interesting and inspiring story. I would like Vittal to introduce him, and then Rao Sahib can start the session. Thank you.
So, good evening, all. Good morning, Raosaheb. And first of all, thanks to Raosaheb for waking up 5 a.m. Normally, that is his sleeping time, 3 or 2 or 3 o'clock, but he has to wake up today at 4:30 or 5 o'clock and give this session. So, to talk about Raosaheb, I think let me share my small incident as well as what it is in reality. There is a village in Ahilya Nagar district in Maharashtra. So, and there is a complete draft, no any farming happen, and it is called a Bikar Paregaon. That's what is in reality. Bikar Paregaon meaning probably everybody knows that means most of the people there job is to beg around the villages and get food or whatever they need and get back to their villages for sleep. Raosaheb is born from. Sorry, Raosaheb, if I am being too open about what is reality, but that's a fact. He is born at that place. From there, he struggled to get his education, came to Mumbai. Then, during his college, he taught tuitions, everything to get money, and then eventually get into US, work for a very big organization US. Ultimately returning back to village, and he dared to open IT company in that draft village, which is called Bikar Paregaon. Literally, I thought when I came to know that is Bikar Paregaon, so I was driving one day to meet Raosaheb, and I had missed the road because I took some other road, and I stopped at one corner, one junction, and asked those people, I want to go to Paregaon, is this the right way? They literally asked me, hey, in Marathi, hey, तुम्हाला भिकार पारेगावला जायचंय की गडाक पारेगावला जायचंय? So I said भिकार पारेगाव. So still it is called Bikar Paregaon, but the Raosaheb dared to open an IT company in that village. So he need resources. So to create those resources, he opened up a IT college there where he started to give admission from after 12th. Give admission to them, teach them all IT stuff, and give job at that village itself. And it is very inspiring. And he opened up a company name called BAP Company. So BAP Company is because he has seen his father go through so many stuff that probably everybody can imagine what it could be. And now, where Raosaheb struggled to get some loans for education because a banker asked his father salary slips, and his father did not have salary slips at that time. But right now, probably his father is a director of the company, where he gives salary for more than 200, 300 employees in that village. So it's a very inspiring story, and yeah, I request everybody to look at that BAP company logo. So BAP company logo has that Gandhi hat. That's how his father wears, and I feel very good about it. So Raosaheb, sorry about if I have told a lot about it. Still, there is no water. There are people struggling for water. But now he is giving employment to almost every home in that village, and it is no more of Bikar Paregaon. It's called the Saukar Paregaon. Normally, now these people has money and they are living very good life. So, Raosaheb, back to you.
Thank you, Vithalji.
And very proud of you, Rao Sahib. And just go ahead. So I'm going to remove spotlight, Vittal, your spotlight, and just keep the.
One more thing is like 2 years back when he opened the company, he was worried about how to get a job for 500 people in this village. But today is the time now he's running short of people in that village for IT work, and he's opening offices in Pune and some other places.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that nice introduction. Vithalji and I met, I think, 2 years back in Pune through some common friends. And he had taken me to that, I would say, a very renowned people's group where there were, I think, collectors and then DCPs, SPs, and all that people. So that was
Businessmen too.
where I met officials officially. And that's how our friendship journey began. And I think he has visited Bab company for a couple of, I think, 3-4 times. Maybe because his Sasurwadi is near to our village, or very much inspired by
No,
it.
last time when I came, I did not go to my Sasurwadi, but I just came to meet you. So let me correct it.
Okay. So first of all, thank you for this opportunity. I would be talking about my experiences and journey more in this next 1 hour. So let me begin with a little bit about my childhood. So basically, this village which he talked about is named as Paregaon, 12 kilometers towards north of Sangamner Taluka. And we are drought-affected village. You must have visited Shirdi or Shirdi Airport recently. So the entire Shirdi Airport area, if you look outside, is completely a drought or drought-affected sites. So there are almost 14, 16 villages in that vicinity where there's a lack of water. I see from the childhood. And a lot of politics has been made on that Nilwande Canal and Bhojapur Canal and all that. You must have heard in news and stories. Recently, the Nilwande Canal has kicked off, but it has left aside another like 10, 15 villages. And it has gone from other side of our village, like 5 to 6 kilometers away from it. So I started my schooling from ZP school there in my own village up to fourth standard, and then moved to another village which is nearby, 5 kilometers away from us. And just like many of you, my childhood was the same. Like without chappal, you used to go to school till 10th, and your parents are not bothered which standard you are in. Right? They are busy in their farm. And being the fifth child of my parents, I was completely ignored by the fact of, like anything, like, financially, I struggled from childhood itself. I have seen a childhood where we were not having enough money to buy weekly groceries and vegetables. So my father used to go to Saturday, Monday, and then every now and then take, let's say, grains or uh, wheat and bajris to sell and then buy the groceries. So that is how the childhood was typical, not just mine but many families here in that era. And then post that, I started working in a farm maybe on, like, I think 10 rupees per day in my childhood from fifth standard onwards. So we used to go in, let's say, tomato, uh, onion, and all that farms as a children or kids, and then get that money to buy our notebooks and all that. So that is how up to 10th all the years went, and I was the brightest child in the school. Of course, I was first in that Vidyalaya, where during my 10th, I remember an incident where my father had come to a parent meeting, first time in my entire schooling journey, and where he complained to principal that this guy doesn't sleep, this child doesn't sleep in the night, he studies late and all, uh, rather than asking or telling about how much hard I study. So when I passed out 10th, like I remember on my maths paper, my father had asked me to collect all the weeds from our field instead of asking me to study. So that much unaware they were about education. So being an illiterate parents, They never bothered about which class I am in, what I'm studying, how much I'm studying, or what. So reason I'm telling you these all things is because it has a link to the current situation what we are in. Um, After passing 10th, I had a distinction and I went to Sangamner. Usually, a kid who never went to any cities before, like I had not traveled to even Pune, Mumbai, or any city till my 10th. I suddenly went to Sangamner for college, and then I somehow saw the difference between city kid and village kid. So, though Sangamner is not that big city, but we used to see the polished kids who has, let's say, bikes to travel to the college, who has good clothes to wear and all. And we suddenly saw the differentiation between village kids and city kids. Even though I had a good score in my 10th, but I realized that that faculty staff are like, suppressing us a little bit or creating a difference. Like people who are in city, they will sit in the next first benches, and then we used to be like on the last benches in the class, and we were not given attention what was required. So I started seeing that difference between the rich and poor, and I started seeing that difference between the village kid and city kid. And that's where I started realizing that we are far behind of this generation. And when I passed out 12th, unfortunately, I had fallen sick during that time, and I could not study much. I had no classes, nothing. So I got second class in 12th. And then I realized that I internally, I felt that I'm a scholar kid. And suddenly, from distinction to second class, my confidence was completely down after 12th. And my parents were like, we will buy you some shifts, and then you can be here. What else we can do for you, right? Apart from that, we do not have that much money to, admit you in engineering colleges and all. I planned to be a doctor. I had given that MSCT exam during that time. I had scored good, but unfortunately, when I asked about the total cost of being a doctor, it was much more than what I had imagined. And then I dropped that plan and I suddenly moved to Mumbai. I told my parents that I'll go and work over there. And that's where that city journey began and struggle began. I went to Mumbai, stayed in Goregaon, one of the slum, and started working part-time. I was in a Patkar college in Goregaon West, where I took admission for Bachelor of uh, Science course, and uh, I had not seen computer by then. So one fine day, one professor came in and said that we have two seats vacant for BSc Computer Science course. So if anybody wants to join, meet me in my cabin. So I went to him and I told him that I want to learn computer, but I have not seen computer yet. And I came from a small village where I'm not able to speak English properly, neither Hindi, and my Marathi is purely Ghati. So, do you think I can study computers? And that's where he told me that no, we can start from handling keyboard, and I'll explain you everything. You can take admission. And that time the fees was around 8,000 per year, and I was working part time for one of the institute there as a clerk, means writing certificates and all that. And I paid my half of the fees and started computer science journey. And literally, the first day when I saw computer, I was literally, very happy that I'm gonna learn something really new. First year when second year I had some like because of the language problem, we always struggled in city. Being a village kid and city kid, again the same difference what I had observed in Sangamner, I had observed that in Mumbai also. And one fine day, I think one of our Java professor, when my second year had begun, had humiliated me, saying that you should not be around girls because I don't know. There in city, this is another thing I observed, that Girls and boys are talking to each other very friendly. They are sitting, sharing benches and all. And on that day, what had happened is one girl was sitting besides me. And the professor said that, okay, you should not be sitting with the girls. Instead, sit in those scholar kids who are sitting behind and do something good. So he literally said uh, that no one can create in history by sitting with girls or roaming around the girls. And I was not literally doing that, but somehow that day there were a girl sitting next to me, and he asked me some questions which I couldn't answer, and he threw me out of the class. But while going out, I told him that one day I'll teach you this subject, and I will not attend any of your lecture going forward, but I'll teach this subject to you. And from there, I went to library and started studying Java. Maybe for next 15-20 days, I was continuously going to the library full day. I took that book and completed that course. I had my friend's cyber cafe there where I practiced Java literally crazily, I would say, maybe 15, 16 hours a day. And I could master it literally, what was there in that book. I still remember the page numbers of the chapters, in what page, what chapters was written in that book. And that's where I started dominating in the class. I felt that, in Mumbai, if you cannot speak, no matter whether you can speak English fluently or not, but you have to be aggressive, talk to the people proactively, and then you can start getting good attention. You can start earning money. And I completed my graduation with distinction again from Patkar College. And as Vittalji said, I had approached a lot of banks for completing my master's. So I went to 3-4 bank at least, and everywhere I showed my certificates. My fees was around 50,000 that time for masters, and I produced certificates, but every bank denied me a education loan, saying that we need some guarantor and someone should be having salary slips in your house. And my father and my parents were not like, they were illiterate, right? So they were not having salary slips or income tax statements or nothing. And 3-4 banks was rejecting all the proposals. So I went to one bank where he was telling about this, right? So just for a fun, I know that nobody was giving me a loan. And then I talked to that manager, showed soft certificate in that. And he was, I think, from Satara area. And he said in Marathi, in a little sarcastic language, that काय करतो रे तुझा बाप, means what your father is doing, right? We need salary slip and all. And then I know that they were not going to offer me loan, but I said that my father is a scientist. And then he asked me where exactly he is doing research, which center. So I said he's doing research on our farm, and he's in back in my village. And then I said, sir, I know that you are not going to offer me loan, and I got rejection from at least 4 to 5 banks. Um, but I realize now that how much importance a working father is, or somebody who is educated, is for a kids to grow in life. But never mind, I'll find some my own ways. As I'm working part time, I can collect that money and complete my education. So I went from there. But that incident really struck me that lot of kid in these villages doesn't have working parents, or doesn't have father who has a salaried income or fixed business or something. They are all struggling, right? And many of these kids are kind of uh, trying for different types of job. Though I completed my master's again with distinction, for completing my master's, I had started my own classes in Mumbai, where I was teaching to bachelor kids about computer science and IT. Since I had studied a lot, I was master in at least 10 subjects, including .NET, VB, Java, data structure, and all that. And I used to teach out of 10, at least 6 subjects. And I had around 180 students in my second year of master's. So while I was completing my MSc Computer Science, I was earning around 25 lakhs a year. And that gave me that business or entrepreneurship like inspiration that in Mumbai there is a lot of money. You simply have to try out multiple ways, go out and create those connections. So one again that what I realized is like whatever knowledge I had during that time was all bookish, what we had in schools or colleges, right? So I met one guy who was asking me about Struts framework, and I was not knowing about it. And that gave me a realization that industry needs something different. And then I gave an interview with L&T Infotech, and I was selected with a package of 1.44 lakhs per annum, which was around 14,000 salary per month. And I shut down my classes and started my corporate journey back then. And then I was trained in SAP, ABAP, WebDin Pro. I started my career with SAP for almost 2.5 years, then switched to Java. From L&T Infotech, I joined Bank of America. There I worked for almost a year, but I didn't like that domain, and so I switched to one startup and named as BitMagic, which was in Powai, Mumbai. This startup, these were a few IITians, and I was the only non-IITians in that startup, where we were building a product back in 2010 for switching your mobile videos with Facebook and Instagram, Facebook and Orkut videos to TV, smart TVs, our big TVs. And I think they got sold within a year for almost $20 million. And I was offered a stock initially, but I denied having a home loan. I said that I want good package instead of the stocks, because I didn't know how the stocks or equities work, because I had no idea about the startup world that time. I was working in a service company, and the only intention, motives of life was increasing the package by switching different companies. So they had offered me a stock, but I denied. I said that I had a home loan and I need good package. So I got from that startup, I was getting around 65,000 a month, and my home loan was around 45,000 a month. So I was just saving 20,000 for my day-to-day expenses. And when they were sold out within a year, one of my colleague who had joined with me had made around 80 lakhs, and I was just left with that package in hand, nothing else. So that gave me a little bit of, learning that there is something big in the startup world which I'm not aware of. And then I decided that I have to join another startup to see how this works. And then I joined another startup in Thane, and there I worked as an architect of Java, and then I had a team, and I got introduced to one folk in US, one CTO in US. So the company name was Source Interlink Media, which was a Californian company where I was directly interacting with CTO, and then we learned a lot of things that time. So JavaScript was boomed initially, like in 2012, and then I started adopting all that technologies, including Neo4j, Cassandra, and all this database. Maybe IT folks would know that. And I learned so much in that 1.5 year journey in India that this guy offered me to come to US, and I went to US in 2014. I stayed in California, San Diego, then Los Angeles, and then San Francisco for almost 4.5 years continuously there, on and off, of course. So I was working with one insurance company. Then within 6 to 8 months, I realized that in US, I have to create connection, because I had that business mindset. So I had not come there to just do a job and increase the salary. So what I did is, like, I told my company that I'll bear my own expenses, I'll find my own job, and I'll pay you 20% of my salary, and I'll find my own projects. So I started that consulting journey back in 2014-15. And from San Diego to Los Angeles, I was working for Trader Joe's, and then I went to San Francisco where I worked for PG&E. So I switched multiple companies just to learn every 6 months. And wherever I have gone, I have created a lot of connections. So many of my friends used to go for outing, pub, bar, everywhere, and I never joined them. Rather, I went to a lot of meetups, startup events, and also even farms in US to see how these people are like doing their work, how they are starting their companies, and that's where I met a lot of people in US. Unfortunately, not Indians. I had a bad experience with Indian in US because the company where I worked, there were a lot of Indians, but they were all just like having fun, not willing to do something really great. So I started creating connections with other countries' folks, and that's when I met one guy. He was from Iran, and then he wanted to build a tech startup for jewelry and diamond selling in US, right? So he had his parental business in Iran of jewelry manufacturing, and he said that this industry is secretive, and if we build a product for outsiders to sell in US, it could be a big thing. And all the items are high ticket items where we can get good commissions on it. That time I was being interviewed for Facebook. I had cleared around 3 to 4 rounds, and the last round was in San Jose. I wanted to go in person and do a couple of in-person rounds. So, and the same time, I met these guys in one of the conference, and they offered me a CTO position where I had to uh, kind of create a offshore team and all that. So in 2017, I took a decision of joining the startup instead of working for these big companies. I think my offer, which was being negotiated with Facebook, was around 430K that time. But I joined the startup, moved to Los Angeles, and there we started building this B2B product. We completed this in 1.5 years. I set up my offshore team in Mumbai. I took some kids from the nearby colleges here, Sangamner, Akole, Sinnar, and all. And we trained those kids to build that software. So I had my first office in Wagle Estate, Thane, and in Los Angeles, we were in downtown, in South Street, I guess, one of the polished building where all the traders of jewelry and diamond across the world has offices. So we could get around 260 clients till 2021, till COVID started. And during COVID, I came back on a vacation here in my village, and there I saw that instead of working in US, earning good money, I had an opportunity in my village to transform this because I met a lot of my friends who were not, who had not progressed anything in their life. I saw a lot of kids running on roads for police and military recruitment. And there I feel that these people doesn't know anything about IT. And if somebody trains them properly, if they are given an opportunity, they can do a lot of things as I did, right? So during that phase of COVID, another thing world has seen is people can work from anywhere. And I was able to convince my clients or my partners that I can set up an office in my village and we all can work from there instead of having office in Mumbai, paying expensive rents. And then I took a decision of starting this IT journey here. And I made all the plan during that Diwali of 2021. I started constructing and went to US again for closing everything. So because in my mind, I had made a decision that I want to move back. And then within, the Bhumi Pujan was done when I was in US. And some YouTube channels covered that news that somebody is starting an IT company in Paregaon, which is a drought-affected village. And that news was so popular in the media that I started getting almost 30 to 50 call in US on my number. Uh, and I saw that there is something big happening out there, even though the actual construction work had not begun, but I saw that a lot of people are calling me, and many were like industrialists, businessmen, or popular personalities who reached out to me. And then in the US itself, I made a decision that I don't want to limit it to my own village. I want to kind of expand it for Maharashtra. And I started, like, I came back in, I think, 6 months after that, April 2022. And we changed the plan. We, instead of one floor building of 60 to 100 people, we started constructing it around 7-story building which can accommodate around 700, 800 people. We completed 2 floors and inaugurated BAP company in 2022 July. And that's from then onwards till now, we are around 600 people here. So one challenge what I had faced is, like, when I started advertising for hiring senior developers here, nobody had applied. People thought that maybe it's a scam, that somebody is offering you jobs sitting in Paregaon. So that gave me a realization that I cannot get experienced talent in this village. So I must train the kids. And then we started our bachelor's and master's parallelly with our IT operations. And I remember in 2022, we had received around 5,000 plus applications for BCA course. And we had, because of infrastructure barrier, we had only admitted around 200 kids. Our criteria for admission was these kids can be from arts, commerce, and science background. We will not ask them any marks, like how much percentage they had in 12th. And we will not even ask like what is their family income. They must have Satbara. That means they must be farmer kids to be admitted in our institution. So that's how we admitted around 200 kids. The problem which I was solving is work from villages, and at the same time, all these farmer kids should have an opportunity, should have that BAP as a backbone in the background to guide them on every moment of their career or education. And BAP companies playing that role as a backbone, as their fathers are busy in their farms. We are guiding them, mentoring them, making them ready. And till now, from that 200, 200, 200, so we had 600 people. Out of that, apart from my 100 plus employees, we have hired 200 from the last year. So we have around 350 employees who are getting paid in this village. And another 300 is getting trained, and they will be absorbed as and when they complete their degree. So that's the current situation. We are working with some overseas customers in Europe and US. Right now, we are short of talent. So we hired another 40 people from nearby engineering colleges just to fulfill our needs. And folks, 5+ year experience people who can work for our clients. And we're working with Marriott, Sanofi, and all these customers. That's the current situation. So I'll play one video just to tell about what we are doing in our mission. Anyone has any questions so far?
India should continue being the software powerhouse of the world. And to sustain at that level, we need platforms where global opportunities are made accessible to even the remotest of talents, and where our national brain power can be used to the fullest.
But can we really build from a village?
According to me, BAP Companies is rebirth of the same thought which world had in 1999. Do you know that Y2K issue back in 99? Where world thought that there would be a big bug in the computers in every industry like manufacturing, banking, education, economics, everywhere. And to change that software, it could have cost them billions of dollars. And they were thinking where we could get a low-cost talent to do these changes. And that's where they thought India is the destination. And the whole Europe or whole West shifted to India for building a good quality IT softwares and getting that work done.
And that's where India flourished, right, in IT industry.
Millions of rural youth migrate to cities every year in search of better career opportunities. And eventually, cities like Pune and Mumbai have become overcrowded. And living a healthy life in these cities has become super expensive. That's why in 2022, we started the BAP company with a mission to bring these opportunities to rural talent right at their doorstep. 25 वर्षांआधी आपल्या भारताचे शहर US साठी गावासारखेच होते. पण त्यांनी इथे पोटेन्शियल टॅलेंट स्पॉट केला आणि त्यांना ट्रेन केलं आणि जगाचं सॉफ्टवेअर इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर उभं केलं, ते पण इकॉनॉमिकली.
मी लहानपणापासून शेतात काम करत आली आहे. तेव्हापासूनच हार्डवर्किंग माइंडसेट बिल्ड झालाय. माझ्या घरापासून फार लांब नसलेल्या पारे गावात जेव्हा बाप कंपनी सुरू झाली, मला तिथे माझ्या करिअरला सुरुवात करण्याचा चान्स भेटला. IT मुलींसाठी एक करिअर ऑप्शन आहे, परंतु शहरात जाऊन शिकणं आणि जॉब करणं मला शक्य नव्हतं. बाप कंपनीमुळे मला करिअर पाथ चूज करता आला. मी तिथेच ट्रेन झाले आणि मी तिथेच करिअरला सुरुवात देखील केली. आता मी नोडजेस डेव्हलपर म्हणून एक US बेस्ड SaaS कंपनीसाठी डेव्हलपमेंट करत आहे आणि माझ्या फॅमिलीला जिथे गरज पडते तिथे मी त्यांच्यासोबत असते.
2016 पासून भारत जगाला एक्सपोज झालाय. संपूर्ण ज्ञान त्यांच्या हातात उपलब्ध झालं. याने त्यांची स्केल ऑफ थिंकिंग एक्सपांड झाली. युवक मोठे ॲम्बिशन्स ठेवू लागले. पण आजही कित्येक प्रतिभावान युवक आहे ज्यांच्यापर्यंत कोणी पोहोचलं नाही. अँड वी आर दी फर्स्ट फ्यू हू आर टॅपिंग दिस टॅलेंट राईट ॲट देअर डोरस्टेप.
माझं लहानपणीपासूनचं स्वप्न होतं की आपण शेतीशी निगडीत काहीतरी व्यवसाय करायला हवा आणि मी तो व्यवसाय सुरू केला. मी सध्या ऑर्गॅनिक फार्मिंगमध्ये काम करत आहे. ऑर्गॅनिक फार्मिंगमध्ये मी गावरान कोंबडी पालन करत आहे. हे सर्व करता करता मी बाप कंपनीमध्येही काम करत आहे. या सर्व शेतीच्या जबाबदाऱ्या माझ्या अंगावर असल्यामुळे मी बाहेर नोकरीसाठी जाऊ शकत नव्हतो. पण बाप कंपनीमुळे मला ही अपॉर्च्युनिटी भेटली की मी घरच्यांसोबत काम करून मी कंपनीत पण काम करू शकतो.
या टॅलेंटला फक्त दिशा द्यायचा उशीर आणि हे काही पराक्रमच घडून येतात.
लोकांना आश्चर्य वाटतं जेव्हा ते आमच्या ऑफिसला भेट देतात आणि इथलं जे रुरल टॅलेंट आहे ते इंटरनॅशनल सॉफ्टवेअर इथे बनवत आहे आणि हे सॉफ्टवेअर जागतिक दर्जाचं आहे. ग्लोबली जे स्टँडर्ड्स आहेत त्याला फॉलो करून हे बनवलेलं आहे.
सुरुवातीला जेव्हा आम्ही डिसेंट्रलायझेशन ऑफ IT हे फक्त स्वप्न पाहिलं होतं, त्यावेळेस आमच्या मनामध्ये एक शंका होती, आपण ग्लोबल लेवलला जाऊन हे प्रोफेशनली काम करू शकतो की नाही. बट आता वास्तविकता पाहता हे आम्ही चांगल्या प्रकारे इम्प्लिमेंट केलं आहे. आज जगभरातली लोक आमच्या सोबत जोडत आहेत.
लोकांनी आम्हाला इथून फिनटेक, ई-कॉमर्स, हेल्थ केअर, एज्युकेशन या सेक्टरचे सॉफ्टवेअर्स बनवताना बघितलेले आहे. अगदी AI एजंट सुद्धा बनवताना बघितलेले आहे. आता लोकांची अशी इच्छा आहे की हे सॉफ्टवेअर्स आम्ही त्यांच्यासाठी सुद्धा बिल्ड करावेत.
Over 500 bright minds skilled in different tech stacks are being honed every day to build better and better projects, be it in web development, web apps, software development, and now even AI.
नमस्कार, मी राहुल वाळे, बाप AI टीमचा मेंबर. तर रिसेंटली मी आणि माझ्या टीमने मिळून आपल्या सर्व शेतकऱ्यांसाठी एक AI सिस्टम डेव्हलप केलेलं आहे, जे की आपल्या शेतकऱ्यांना विदाउट इंटरनेट 24/7 काउन्सिलिंग करेल, ते पण आपल्या नॉर्मल साध्या फोन कॉलवरती.
नमस्ते, मैं दीक्षा हूँ, आपकी कृषि सहायक. मैं आपकी कैसे मदद कर सकती हूँ?
मुझे एक बात बताओ, 1 एकड़ में बीट लगाना क्या फायदेमंद रहेगा?
हाँ, जरूर बताऊंगी. 1 एकड़ में बीट लगाना फायदेमंद हो सकता है, लेकिन ये बताओ आपकी मिट्टी कैसी है? क्या ये रेतीली है, चिकनी है या दोमट मिट्टी है?
But in year 2022, I observed that world is thinking that India is no more economical country for building the softwares, and they were shifting their attentions to the countries like Argentina or Philippines. And I was thinking that what is the reason behind this? And when I compare the salaries in US and Canada with salaries in Bangalore and Mumbai, I observed that it is almost same. And there I felt that there is a need to migrate to such a places where we'll still work happily, we'll still work with the low cost and with the same quality what world is expecting from us. And that's where I thought to build from villages could be a new trend in IT industry, and it's been successful. In last 3 years, we have proved to our overseas client that we are building with the low cost but with the same quality what they are expecting. And it's also empowering all these rural kids, farmer kids. They're getting handsome paychecks in their hand, and also the clients are happy.
आणि आता तुम्ही आम्हाला विचारलं, कॅन वी रिअली बिल्ड ग्लोबल ग्रेड सॉफ्टवेअर फ्रॉम अ विलेज? आमचं उत्तर आहे, ऑफकोर्स, एफिशियंटली अँड इकॉनॉमिकली. द वर्ल्ड केम टू द सिटीज ऑफ इंडिया फॉर द टॅलेंट इट हॅड. दे विल कम टू अस फॉर द एनर्जी वी हॅव.
This is amazing story. Amazing story.
So what problems we were trying to solve?
Raosaheb, do you want to share some pics? Probably later. I don't know.
Yes, I'm going to share my screen now again.
Yeah.
Walk you through some presentation. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So walking you through some slides. So from the video, you must have realized our motto is to decentralize IT and empowering villages. So our mission, I mean, what we truly believe that life in cities are nowadays hectic. Pollution, inflation, traffic, there are a lot of problems. And people are just in cities for survival, I would say. They are not enjoying that much. Especially Bangalore, if you have heard, heavy traffic. Hinjewadi in Pune, a lot of companies are moving out because of this problem. Mumbai, everywhere, right? So we are trying to solve those problems here by offering resort-like workplaces from pure village where you will breathe really pure air and eat organic food and work peacefully without worrying about traffic, inflation, or anything. So that's what we did here in 2.5 years now. We are 600 plus individuals, mostly 99% farmer kids, including me. And these are some of the pics of our office, which is partially built now. So this one, we work with Australia, we work with US. So to respect their engagement, we have hosted a flag of these two countries along with Indian flag. They are flying I think 265 days a year. These are internal structure of the office. This is how it is kind of decorated. Then this is our entry gate, where you would see this BAP written in Marathi with the cap in hand. That's our logo we carry across here. This view, so ignore this shade, but this is halfly constructed office. Now we have put up some buildings around this, and initially the plan was 7-story building, and it is still there, but due to political pressure, our permissions were denied back in 2023. And that's where the construction work has stopped. And so somebody gave me an idea that instead of constructing an RCC buildings, what you can do is you can create structures which are fabricated in the farm, which does not require any kind of NA or town planning permissions. And now we started setting up such offices. So all these 600 kids are accommodated in literally, we have transformed our onion shades into the IT offices by decorating it properly. So these were the couple of pictures which I wanted to show you. And there are many on our Instagram channel, which you can see. So nothing around. I mean, it's like just a one building, and you would see in this picture, this is how our village looked like in a rainy season. I mean, these pictures were taken in rainy season. Now the things are quite different, no water, completely drought. So this land was completely barren land when we started, and there we planted around 5,000 trees right now in that entire 10.5 acre campus, and we made it much greener. Even we bought around 18 lakhs water last year in month of summer to survive or to make this plant survive. So that much investment we are making only on water every year. So quickly going through our pitch deck, I would say in next 5 minutes, what problem we are trying to solve is like we feel cities are overloaded. People are like they are not having peace of mind because of the heavy EMI, traffic, pollution, inflation, etc. And they are not happy working in cities because of all these problems. And if you are asking about, let's say, why in villages, then we believe that in cities, talents are nowadays expensive. During COVID, packages are gone like high like anything. There is higher attrition rate. Many people like me switching companies to just increase the salaries. And the happiness index of employees are much lower in cities. On the other side, we see that education system in India is outdated, I would say. We are creating youths with just degree papers, but not knowledge. We do not have employable talent passing out of engineering colleges. And when companies hire this talent, they pay a lot of money on their training and empowerment. And for a year, they don't get enough output from this. So I believe that around 6 to 8 lakhs rupees burn on every fresher to make him employable or workable, right? And a lot of migrations are happening from villages to cities. Any questions, Vittal?
I think from my side, I'm good. So a very amazing journey, though I know most of it. But again,
I think you can stop screen share and then open it for people to.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what. So current stats, if you like if you see that we have around 300 and I think 25 employees being paid. Another 300 are equally getting trained. We have clients from overseas, Europe, Australia, and US, mostly in US. And maybe I would say that there are three models of operations that we are having right now. One is we take fixed bid or projects on like SOWs from the United States or other customers. We have offered one company named as ComSense Technologies offshore extended office here in our premises. They took around 40 people from us, and they are now setting up their extended office here. These extended office will be low cost like workforce, which will probably an alternative to Pune or Mumbai's offices. And third model which we are offering means second one, like this infra as a service, I would say, like a co-working model for the IT companies outside. So they can set up village-based extended offices to save the cost and have a long-term talent. And the third one is we are doing resource augmentation for some companies. So these are the three models which we are working with. And all these 300 plus people who are getting paid has come together for agricultural empowerment. So we started one project named as Gav Gotha, which is our agri division, wherein we are setting up hydroponics, then dairy farms like cattle, this Gir Gai and all these things, where we can produce good quality milk. We are also setting up agrotourism in the 16 drought-affected villages. We are trying to get the water pipeline from the nearby canals and river. So all these initiatives are taken up by all these farmer kids now to empower our parents or farmers around. So these are our social initiatives which has begun recently. So we are working in IT, education, and agriculture so far, and this will continue. We have an offer from 2-3 people, like one from Kopargaon, to set up similar setup in Kopargaon area. Other from Jintur, Parbhani, where we are setting up next center for same IT and education. And Galgotha has a lot of ask from a lot of Sarpanch in Maharashtra, wherein they want to start similar initiatives in their village. So in that, what we are trying to do is We are creating every village as a company, and this company will be trading on behalf of the entire village. So no farmer will sell anything outside directly, or no farmer will buy anything from anyone outside directly. They all will trade as one entity, so that they would have better power of negotiation and they would have better opportunities in terms of growth, export, and other things. So that is the gap we are trying to bridge. We signed an MOU with few companies, a couple of companies in Israel, and some quick commerce companies to sell the farming produce and goods. So we will be kind of doing a group farming to sell all these items. So that is the initiative which we have taken up. So these are all our social and business initiatives. Open for question now.
Raosaheb, you shared me some YouTube videos. Shall I share it in the chat here?
Yeah, I think these are mostly in Marathi, so many non-Maharashtrian folks won't be able to understand, but it has a lot of our testimonials, I would say, by some mainstream media. Some of them are like our own visitors, some overseas clients. So all that feedback and all, you can go through it, so you can see those afterward.
Did you get any recognition from government of Maharashtra or government of India?
No, unfortunately, I was not connected to anyone until 2022. So I was not aware of any government grants or anything. So all these things I had self-funded so far.
Yeah.
But recently, due to government change, I suddenly started seeing some momentum from that side. So all these people who has approached me, some MLAs has called me, some visited our office recently. Because of this government change, we have seen that people are taking interest in BAP Company's initiative. Our district collector had visited our office last month. Tahsildar Prant, all these people has called me up from, they said that if you need anything, we can help. Our building permission has been, the work is in progress right now. So suddenly I started seeing some positive things from government. These two offices which we have offer is from one of the minister in Maharashtra. So for Jintur, I think Mrs. Meghna Bodikar, she's current minister in Maharashtra cabinet. So she has offered us to give an infra and then start something similar. Same thing in Kopargaon. MLA Ashutosh Ji Kale has approached us, and then they are offering a similar infra. So I am seeing momentum. Let's see how it goes because initially there was some political pressure, so my permission and other things were stopped. So we had seen a lot of resistance, but we survived through that struggle for 2 years.
So looks like Milind has wants to ask a question.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Shri Kaka, for inviting Raosaheb ji. Such a inspiring story. My question is, you mentioned that your village is has a very persistent, year after year drought. And I have heard about this NAM Foundation run by Nana Patekar and Makaran Nanaspure, where they run programs for to help farmers and to solve local problems. And one of them is water scarcity. I know one solution that works in one village cannot be directly applied to the other village, but I was wondering if something similar can be done, in your village. I'm sure you must have studied that aspect.
Yeah, NAM Foundation, and I think Amir Khan's one of the initiative, I don't remember the name. Yes. So these NGOs has approached our villagers, but frankly speaking, I have seen people in villages are resistant to help these guys because they are not offering any monetary help, and farmers are much interested in subsidies and getting some free fund. They don't want to, hardly you will find some villages in Maharashtra who has given a voluntary contribution for hard work and all these things. In my village, I have seen resistance from the people for doing such things because of the political landscape of the village. And even I received a lot of feedback initially that this will not work, and half of the villagers were against me because uh, I mean, people are not accepting it properly. But now I would say that 95% of people who are helping me, they are with me for taking any initiatives. So we proved by example, and that is why they are with us. So NAM Foundation, I think Pani Foundation. So these were two organizations who had approached our villages, but they did not get enough support. So all these initiatives were failed.
Okay. And your story about you mastering Java was like amazing. Like I myself from the IT world, and I started out with COBOL. And I have to admit, I've tried to learn Java when I was learning few times, but I could not master it. I felt it was a very difficult language to learn.
No, but it still exists. I mean, when I started learning computer science, from there onwards till now, I can see Java has equal demand till now. And good thing is in US also, I architected many big projects in Java for PG&E, for Oda, Explore, Trader Joe's and all. So fantastic language. And that could really give me a good life, I would say. But post that, I learn I mastered around 14 languages, including .NET, PHP, and all that. So Java is still being favorite.
So Raosaheb,
I have a question.
So go ahead, Shyam.
Yeah, I have spent my life teaching computer science, so I'm very curious that you are taking these village kids and making them productive at the international level, right? To create software of that quality.
Yeah.
So that seems to be an amazing kind of achievement that you have done. So I was wondering how you do this.
So frankly speaking, I took 1.5 year gap in between, like 2022, 24, just to train them. I personally like teaching, and I'm hands-on on all the technologies till now. So in 2022, when I saw a lot of political problems, I thought that I have to stay here and teach them. I literally taught them JavaScript, React, Java, Node, all this technology myself. Plus, we have around 135 employees who are full-time working remotely for our overseas clients. So we made a plan that everyone will travel to this place and stay here. They get turn after 3 months. So they have to be here for 1 week and teach whatever they are doing to these kids directly in a 1 week time. So we planned that first year will be all about teaching all the technologies rigorously like SIDAC. So our kids sits around 12 hours a day minimum.
But are these high school level kids? What level kids
After
are
12th.
these?
They come after 12th.
After 12th.
Completely raw kids, I would say, doesn't understand English much. Most of them have not seen computers yet. So they starts with like pressing key by watching carefully at the keyboard.
So from that level.
Yeah, from that level. So we start with typing courses, make them habitual to the keyboard, then teach them how to on and off computer on the first few days. And there they starts. But village kids are very curious about learning these things. So what I have observed is sometime I walk in office around 1 a.m. in the night, and I see at least 25 to 30 are sitting there practicing something. So that's the kind of energy they have. And this energy we have transformed in a right direction. This office is gated 10.5 acre campus wherein we have there is a restriction. You cannot smoke, you cannot drink, you cannot go out without permissions. So all these things are completely controlled, and we are trying to teach them all these high-end technologies in first year itself.
But you have a second string of people who are equally dedicated like you?
Yes, of course. I mean, I said 135 people overall were there. Now this batch has grown to around 300 plus. Everyone is mandated an hour training every hour, in a week. So they are all teaching what they are actually coding. So they have to go. I mean, we announce the training calendar. So let's say Java is being trained from this state to this state. So anyone from any batch, like first year, second year, third year, MCA, all can sit and attend that training. So it's a free from training platform, no classroom kind of thing. And they have to practice. So whatever they are learning in that 2 hours of training every day, throughout the day, they have to show something. And we have created a hierarchy in a proper structure for students as well. And this hierarchy is right from every first year student till me. They are all controlled. So we take agile scrum meetings for all these kids, even including the kids. They are all allowed to participate in client meetings. So we broadcast and we ask them to hear this out. They have to give their daily status to their leads every day. They have to show what they are doing practically. And since everyone has got laptops, so they can sit anywhere in the campus and practice what they are taught in the day and show to their leads every day. So I would say 80% practice and 20% learning. That is how they are doing. And first year is all about training. Second year is all about working on internal projects. And third year is about exposure to the client. So that's how they are transformed. And what I did in first year is I created a batch of 20 kids. So I had 20 batches who are working on different technologies. So they are like mastering in Java, Python, Node.js, React, Angular, Flutter, DevOps, data science, AI. So I have talent in every single area, at least 20 kids in every single technology now, well trained, handling different areas of any project.
Great, great. Amazing feat. But
Is
you have any dropout rate?
Sorry, go ahead.
Any dropout rate that those who cannot cope up?
There are. I would say around 5% are there. But what we are doing is now dropout means dropout from coding. But since we got every department, many of them has moved to digital marketing, SEO, then social media, and then back office operations, and even agriculture. So we accommodate everyone because we did not check their percentage. This is not a cream layer, right? What IITs get. These are all like everyone. So good thing is we get to learn in 3 years that what is their talent area, interest area, and we put them accordingly into different departments. So no one is left out. So those who cannot really do coding or they don't have any interest in computer science, we move them to our agricultural department.
Okay.
So that is how we have employed everyone till now.
Very good.
Fantastic.
I feel whoever is visiting around Maharashtra, everybody should visit campus once. It is very blissful to visit there, talk with people there, and see people how they are working. Every time I go, even if I go for a week, I visit there.
How far is it from Pune?
2 hours probably. No, not 2. 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
In what direction?
Towards
Nagar.
Ahmednagar?
Not Ahmednagar. You have to go by Nasik-Pune highway and take a turn from Sangamner.
Okay.
Sangamner. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got it. Got the idea.
So is the facility residential?
Yeah. So we have 350 people staying in the campus, including me. So we are 24/7 here, and other come from nearby villages. Some employees are staying in Shirdi, some employees are staying in Sangamner. So that's how and this Gaogota itself is a residential
Shirdi,
facility,
we'll visit him.
which we are now creating.
So how far are you from Shirdi?
Shirdi, we are almost 45 minutes away.
Okay.
And from Shirdi airport, we are just 10 kilometers away.
Oh, that's good.
We'll try to visit you.
Always welcome.
Shyam Kaka, you must visit. It's really...
We'll do. We are thinking of going in November, so we'll.
Yeah, we'll try to visit you.
We'll try to visit.
This is a remarkable experiment.
Thank you, sir.
It's really creditable.
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to show my appreciation की म्हणजे तुम्ही जे आज सांगितलं तुमची स्टोरी आणि जे तुम्ही करताय तिथे it's truly hats off to you. I know a lot of people, संगमनेरच्या आजूबाजूच्या गावामधले who are like struggling to get a job and, even struggling to move to cities for education because of financial issues. And I just feel ki तुम्ही जे काम करतात, especially like agriculture, education, plus like career-wise मुलांसाठी, it's very amazing. I think it will bring a whole new wave towards like moving industries to rural areas instead
Right.
of being in cities.
Tremendous
It's really
potential.
amazing. And as a college student, I find it really inspiring. So thank you for sharing your story.
थँक्यू सो मच. अँड तुमच्या आडनावावरून तुम्ही असं वाटतंय की संगमनेरचे आहात.
नाही,
माझी आई संगमनेरची आहे.
तुम्ही
Okay.
भेटलाय रावसाहेब मोहन थोरात आणि मोहन शेट. शी इज डॉटर ऑफ मोहन थोरात.
अच्छा अच्छा, नाईस नाईस नाईस. सो हा सेम प्रॉब्लेम, म्हणजे संगमनेर तालुका तसा आय वुड से 50% ड्रॉट अफेक्टेड आहे. साकूर पठार भाग आणि आमचा भाग तसा सेमच आहे. आणि इथे लिटरली हा प्रॉब्लेम खूप मोठा आहे. आजूबाजूला कोपरगाव, राहुरी वगैरे खूप पाण्याखालचं असल्यामुळे ऍटलिस्ट फायनान्शियल सिच्युएशन सगळ्यांची चांगली आहे. संगमनेरमध्ये तसं नाही आहे. आणि इट वॉज रिअली नीडेड. आणि 2.5 year आम्ही आता 2 कंपन्यांना कन्व्हिन्स केलंय टू हॅव अन एक्सटेंडेड ऑफिस हिअर. त्यांनी ऑलरेडी हायर केले आणि त्यांचं काम सुरू झालंय. ची जी कंपनी एक आहे, त्यांनी जवळजवळ 150 मुलं आमच्याकडून हायर केले. म्हणजे आम्ही त्यांच्याबरोबर काम करतो. वी आर कम्प्लीट टेक पार्टनर फॉर देम. युरोपमधले काही कंपन्या आहेत ज्यांच्याबरोबर आम्ही काम करतोय. सो माय विजन इज टू हॅव अराउंड 5,000 एम्प्लॉयमेंट हिअर इन नेक्स्ट 5 years. And I am sure I will achieve it because of the momentum I see and lot of ask from the corporate world. जे कोणी विलेज मधून गेलेले फाउंडर्स आहेत, दे आर टेकिंग लॉट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट टू स्टार्ट समथिंग लाईक दिस. म्हणजे आणि पुण्यात जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर 50% जे फाउंडर्स आहेत, आम्ही जेवढा सर्वे केलाय, खूप साऱ्या लोकांना विलेज बॅकग्राऊंड आहे आणि ते सगळे इंटरेस्टेड आहे टू वर्क विथ अस.
I have one question. I'm sure that some of the students may need some financial help. So if somebody from our area or United States wants to donate some money to promote education for these kids, do you have any option of channel doing that?
I don't have anything. I mean, we have our NGO registered here, but I think to donate from US, probably you will need US-based entity to donate, right? I'm not sure about that. Neither I explored. But we can think of something like that.
Yeah,
like महाराष्ट्र फाउंडेशन किंवा असे काही आहेत ना?
हा, पण US मधून तुम्ही डोनेट करू शकता, प्रोबॅबली टू NGO what we have, and through that we route. पण मी थोडंसं एक ह्या मुलांसाठी आम्ही बरेच प्रोव्हिजन करून ठेवले. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, वी हॅव डिपॉझिट कन्सेप्ट वेर इन दे हॅव टू कीप सम डिपॉझिट अँड दे विल गेट इट बॅक आफ्टर देअर डिग्री अँड इफ दे वर्क फॉर अस लाईक 1 year. देन आमच्याकडे गावगोठा जो इनिशिएटिव्ह आहे, इफ दे आर वर्किंग ओव्हर देअर they don't have to pay any fees or something. So that is how that models are designed, so that everyone can try it out and be part of it. अजून कुठले असे डोनेशन्स वगैरे आम्ही बघितले नाही, but we can think of those routes as well.
I think Raosaheb, we can talk about it. I have channels that we can use.
Yeah.
And you can also certify. Some certification is needed for you to get money from outside of India.
Yeah.
Question. This is Bula Ghosh. I was wondering that if you are going to offer me a job without money, means volunteer job after I retire as a senior IT specialist from the government. No, I'm just no, I can't.
Wow, Bula, wonderful.
I'm so impressed looking at the place,
And you can start teaching yoga from there.
Right.
Not just yoga, but just to share with all of you, I have created an NGO named as Good People Foundation, wherein I want every one of you to be part of it somehow, maybe remotely, in person. I feel that 70% of Indian lives in villages, and this is our playground where we can play, literally. So these are like untouched by all the startup ecosystem. Nobody is focused on village empowerment. Nobody is focused on bringing tech to the villages. So that's what we started, and probably people like you can make it a movement, right, to across India. And this Good People Foundation is, I would say, a parallel system to all this corrupt political system, wherein people like us can come together and set up an alternative to everything, like alternative to education, alternative to politics, alternative to government system. Because what I've seen in last 3 years here is everything is so corrupt that you won't like to stay there. Official like peon to collector, I have seen people asking bribe for every single file they have to sign.
Every single place, yes.
I
So
have
in a
seen
way, Sri Yoga is a Good People Foundation.
Yeah,
Because we do.
that's true. We are already attached
So
with
we do everything free of charge, and everyone has all that positive energy. That's all we are building it.
Right. So that's what I mean. I would really like to connect with all the like-minded people. Not, I mean, frankly speaking, I survive here with 3,500 rupees per month. So nothing more than that is required to survive in this place. And rest of the things we are all donating into or reinvesting into all these causes. So I feel all of us start thinking like that, we can change the landscape here. Otherwise, I see no hopes from the current system to change anything in India as such. Because if you look at kids' education, CBSE, IC, completely commercialized school, for government system is completely problematic, I would say. Then healthcare is being so polluted by this grid of earning money.
Grid of
So I have seen problem everywhere.
everywhere.
We have to step up and do something. Otherwise, everyone would like to, I mean, probably our kids will think that, no, we don't want to stay in country like this. We would rather settle somewhere outside, as you all might have done. Uh, I have seen both the life, India and US, and I always feel that it's safe to migrate our kids to US like countries instead of keeping them in India. Looking at the political landscape plus government, governance, healthcare, all that things. Somebody has to step up to do this.
So, Raosaheb, how to join your foundation?
Just like, anything, like you can take any initiatives, you are part of this membership. Like, we do not have any process as such, but somebody like how Vithalji is now doing, he completely, I mean, whenever he comes to India, he visit, at least take some sessions for our kids, encourage them to do something. So that is the smallest step you can take up. Whenever you come to India, come and talk to them, and then start something. Like anything you can bring on the table, that is good. And we all are like thinking we are a backbone of this kid, like a bap, real bap, to guide them, to mentor them, to take them somewhere.
So Milind, let's talk about it, and with Vittal, and then I will come up with something that it's kind of like-minded people getting together. So that's basically
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, I'm also feeling, thinking of going back to where I grew up. And I feel like I took all my, I studied with scholarship, and here I paid high, tax. So I have something in my mind that I would love to do for my village as well. But not this big range. I'm old right now. So yeah, I might get some consulting from you, just a little bit.
There are a lot of
Even our
people.
yoga in Bengali.
Okay.
No, but any way we could help, or any way we could participate, if it's not possible to come and stay there in India, or in your place, at least whatever we can do from here, please do share. This is such an unbelievable thing that you're doing. So really, whatever we could do to help by just being here right now, we would appreciate if you give us a chance.
Oh, I didn't put the video.
I think we can link with Vittal, and whatever how we can help, that we can.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that myself and Raosaheb have discussed how we can help. I try my best to whatever I could do, and we can definitely coordinate.
Yeah.
And Prachi, first thing is first, you whenever you go to India, go there. They have residential place like a resort, like a situation out of nowhere, and you will enjoy that place.
I think the other thing also was there is an organization in Pune where as part of education, as part of preparing the kids and the girls and boys for the actual life outside, we train them or we teach them to speak in English, right? To go ahead and correct their resumes or go ahead and give them a paragraph to write and then kind of tell them how to go ahead and make those small tweaks, or just if they need practice sessions to talk to somebody in English to get that
I think
confidence.
that is the first problem they have, and Raosaheb and myself have discussed the same thing last time about how I was asking Arya, can you take one session with those kids there? How at least talk with them, whatever you could, at least they would know how
Just regular conversations, and it was a huge success when we did that. This was a couple of years ago now, but it was a huge success. Those girls and those kids actually were very confident by the time the sessions ended for them to go out and take up those interviews, because some of them really come from such economic backward places. It's unfortunately they're not as well off. It takes a lot of time for them sometimes to just even get there. It's not just education, it's even all these practices that they need. So if there is anything like that we could do, please, we would love to help them and help you. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. I was a math teacher for 12 years, including my India's thing. So I would love to teach math or English, week, 1 week and come back and whatever. I'm open for that, but my retirement probably will be in December. So next year I will probably be following up with you guys and connecting with you guys.
What does BAP stand for? BAAP. What does it stand for?
It's BAP, father, right?
No, but no, but but like, is there a
We
word
did
for
that
each?
later on, but initially my thought around out was like, people can take it in any ways. First thing is it's real BAP, means father for all these farmer
Okay,
kids.
I thought it is just the short form of something
No,
longer.
so I intentionally kept that name just to encourage all the kids that you have a BAP now, don't worry. But to tell our US customers, we told initially that, business applications and platforms. So BAAP.
Oh, okay. Good. See, that's what I wanted to know.
That was just another try to tell them that.
I think in your presentation you mentioned that someone asked you what is your BAP doing, like something salary wise.
Correct.
I think that's where you hit
Exactly. So there are a lot of incidents,
Yes.
one politician asked me that, do you want to be our father now by keeping this name of your company? And I said, you can take it as you want. I'm not worried about. I'm just behind like empowering my own community.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
people are taking it in different way. It's okay. We are okay to take it as they want it.
I think I'm most happy about you are keeping the kids in village and not, everybody's going to big cities and it's creating all the problems with pollution, everything. And I'm just so happy that you found a solution, not just to give them work, but like keeping all these. And now I'm looking forward to city people going to these villages now for employment. That's my future expectation.
Few of the people who has left Infosys, TCS, and join us recently. So we can see that reverse migration is happening.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wonderful job. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vittal, also.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vittal.
Aruna Maushi, hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.